Good morning. It's great to see you. It might not be morning for you, but it is for me. And I'm happy to show you a little introduction to HSB and how it will work virtually. This is kind of a long video, probably the longest I'll ever make. So grab a snack and some water or whatever you drink in the morning, and maybe your pet, because it's going to be a little long. So I'm just going to show you how things are going to work in HSB, and you may want to watch this twice just because there's a lot of content. Or I'll post the slideshow so you can look at that. Okay, so we're going to give it a try. We'll probably hit some hurdles, but we'll just keep going on it. Here are some things that I want you to know about where I'm at with this class. I wish spring break would have been the spring break that I planned and you planned. I miss you already. I wish we were at OHS so we could get to know each other a little bit better. I love my couch. This is my couch in my office. But it's a lot easier to teach when we're together. I'm really enjoying not getting up at 4:45. I'm not gonna lie. I've been working out every day, but it's still easier to be together. I'm gonna do my best to help you learn. I want you to be engaged and do well. I want to hear from you every day, just on email, doing your work in Google Classroom or on Snap. Just kidding, not on Snap. I'm hoping that you and your family don't get sick, and I really love being with teenagers, so I miss you. I just have my son here with me, and he is pretty bored. So here's the plan for HSB most days. So I'm going to introduce a unit and a project. We have 4 projects in Principles of Business. We'll probably end up doing 2.5. Most days on Classroom, I'll have a slideshow and a screencast that I'll make, like this one. We'll have reading material for you to do called a lab and a learning activity packet, or sometimes it's called student reading. And then we'll have a slideshow from HSB. The slideshows that HSB provides look a little different and it has a lot more detail than the one that I make. The one that I make is in Google Slides and HSB makes one in like PowerPoint. And then there'll be a post test on Canvas. So we'll talk about Canvas in a little bit. Each project has some introductory slides, a team contract and a team project plan. Because we're doing this virtually, we're not going to actually do everything in Teams. So just ignore those for now. I just want you to know that they're there in case you take another HSB class. There'll be a rubric that I'm currently modifying. There'll be examples based on the team's work that other students have done in the past versus the individual work that you'll be doing. There's a HSB Principles of Business Resources tab, and it includes a lot of information. So I'll just show you that really quickly. So here's what I was talking about. The group contract, the team project plan. There's usually some Quizlets, an example or 2 or 3 in this case, and a rubric. And then there's a to-do list. This first project could actually take the whole term. I won't, but there's a lot of information on the project. So we'll be going through this as we go. This first project has a lot of content, and we'll be going through that as well. The POB Resources tab is something you'll go to probably every day, and includes all of this, and then resources for every project, and then final exam resources. If we are not back in school, we're not going to do a final exam. If we are, then we'll do the final exam. So here's what daily posts should look like most days on Google Classroom. This is the marketing lab that I was talking about, and this is the one that HSB puts together. This is a slideshow from HSB. This is what they look like. They have a lot more detail than the ones that I'm putting together, but there's some redundancy, so I kind of shortened them. And this is the slideshow that I created. So this is on Google Slides. This is on PowerPoint. Sorry, I always kind of start in the middle. So I'll have the name of the project. So project 1 is called Superheroes, but you won't know why for a little while. And then here are the instructions. Each of these days will be counted as about 10 points, or it will be 10 points for completing the post test on time. In order to do the post test, you need to read the lab and review the slides, and all of the answers for the post test is in the lab and the slideshows. So we're going to be using a platform called Canvas. Canvas is an online platform, kind of like Google Classroom, only it has a lot more detail to it. This is a website for it, but you don't need to go there right now. You're going to get a link to it, an invitation in your email. HSB sets everything up in Canvas. Nearly all Wisconsin colleges use Canvas, so I've actually had quite a few emails from students this year saying thanks for teaching us Canvas. Not really teaching you Canvas, but you're using it. There's a lot more information in Canvas than you'll ever need. It's not the same Canvas platform as you've used for online health or online gym. It does look the same, but don't use that same information. If you had a password for those, change and use a different password for this one. It's kind of confusing. So don't ever go to canvas.com to try to find it. It's going to be this website. You'll get an invitation in email from MBA, which stands for Marketing and Business Administration, Marketing Business Resources. That's the company that puts together all the HSB stuff. Check your spam. If you don't see it, you should get that in the next couple of days. Once you've accepted the invitation, log in with your school email, bookmark the site. It's kind of a pain to get back into it if you don't bookmark it. And then you're going to see a lot of content. Just breathe. I promise you're not going to have to go through everything. And I'll try to make it more manageable. Once you're in Canvas, you're going to see this sidebar. Most of what we'll use is assignments and quizzes. The rest of it you can look at, but honestly, we're not going to use most of it just because it's a lot. Follow the Google Classroom deadlines. I usually sync the deadlines in Canvas, but sometimes I make mistakes on occasion. Each project has a lot of information. Anything with a green arrow is something I've activated for you to see, but you can see from my end that there's a lot of stuff that I didn't activate. So there's a lot of stuff hidden. If you want more information ever on a topic, you can just ask because I can activate it for you and you can see it. Every section in Canvas has a title with a 2-letter abbreviation, and this one stands for economics. These are all the 2-letter abbreviations. I don't know where these code numbers come from, but each of them has a code number and then the name of the activity. So most of your final exam is on economics, so anytime you see EC, you'll know that that's going to be a big part of your final. Post-tests that you're going to be doing are on Canvas, and they can be found under quizzes on the left navigation bar. And you can also find them in the stream on Canvas. I'm so sorry, I never work from left to right. I'm not dyslexic, but I always kind of start in the middle. Quizzes will be in this section right here. You can check Google Classroom for deadlines. And again, I try to sync them, but I make mistakes. Answers for the post-test, like I said before, are from the lab. Reading, which is posted on Classroom. If you are consistently getting scores below a 70, you're going to want to read more thoroughly. Or if you have a printer at home, you can print and highlight. I did print out the first packet for you and emailed you before we left and asked you to pick it up. I think 4 of you did, so yay, way to go, you've got your first packet. Here's how it's going to be scored for this first 10 post-tests that you do. When you get 100 out of 100, it'll be 10 out of 10 in Skyward or 100%. For the first 10 post-tests, you'll get 100% just for completing them. After this is the grade breakdown. Just because I want you to get exposure to it and understand how post-tests work. And then we'll start getting a little bit more hardcore. So the post-test questions are almost identical to questions that you'll see on the final. And there's always 2 correct answers, but one is better than the other, and you'll find it in the lab. So it's a little bit confusing, and some of them are not great questions, to be honest with you. There are 4 team projects in this class. Reality-wise, I'll probably focus on 2 projects for now, and most likely they'll be individual or small teams if you know somebody in the class and can FaceTime with them. Hopefully we can do all 4 projects. We'll see, hopefully, if we get back to school. I'm modifying everything so projects are set up for 1 person to complete, but it'll just take me a little bit to get that done. Your final exam, if we take it, is a national exam. They are waived for the rest of the year. So if we do get back into school, I'd like to still give it, but we'll see. I tried to give it term 3 with parent proctors, and that didn't really go very well. You should still study when you have your free time. That is all for now. I hope that that's a good introduction to how things are going to work in POB. And if it's overwhelming right now, just don't worry. We'll take it one day at a time. And email me anytime you have questions. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk with you soon. Remember that I am here to help whenever you have questions.